Hello. I'm just going to switch to what I think is a nicer design. What if our systems of feedback for children matched our efforts in nurturing character and skills? Now, this morning I talked about the urgency to look at education and see differently. I want to start by saying that even today, our children's experiences in education are much richer than they ever were before. I mean, look at the innovation in the room. Today we have so much more experiences for our children, and I think the problem in education isn't that we can't have better learning experiences. It's how we look at progress. I'm sure many of us have done this before. Every time we ask this simple question, how do we know that our children are progressing? These experiences start to fade to the background. In place, we have grades. It happens when our teachers are sitting with parents at parent-teacher conferences. It happens when our schools write end-of-year reports. It happens when our children wonder to themselves, am I doing okay? The sad thing about all of this is that when we don't have that much to show for character and skills, we start to doubt ourselves. When a skeptical parent comes to us, when a funder comes to one of our programs and asks, does this work? Should we keep it? We say, well, maybe it doesn't really matter after all. We're urgently establishing a new baseline. We want to help schools to capture student qualities in a holistic way, things that they've always wanted to do, but to do so in a less onerous way that gets in their way of seeing their children for who they are. So our innovation is simple. Every school, every initiative wants to nurture character and skills, so we make it visible. Very simply, HoloTracker is an observation companion. So every time a student shows a positive display of skills, like we saw yesterday at the Greatest Show, yes, thank you. We can make a quick observation about what we've seen. Each individual observation may not mean much, but when you combine them across perspectives, across time, we don't have to bring the greatest show to every single person, even though we want to. We have a nice profile that each child, each group is actually attaining in school. I know I talked about AI and safety and all that. AI does help teachers to write reports, so teachers spend 70% less time writing admin reports for students. That means everyone has more time to spend being present with our children. Now, I know this sounds like a very simple idea, and I'm very proud to say this isn't in abstract. By the end of this year, we will be in about 30% of Singapore's schools. The first schools have been with us for about 5 years. That means that a child would have entered and graduated from the school with that whole HoloTracker experience guiding their report cards. And we're also running international pilots, so notably in Ukraine, where we're also supporting some schools in the midst of a war. And in about 2 weeks' time, a little preview, we are launching our collaboration with PISA for schools with the OECD to support schools with that feedback loop. I come back to my original question. What if our systems of feedback for children matched our efforts in nurturing character and skills? We're all already doing it. I'll end with this last quote. This was from a teacher. The first time we shared HoloTracker reports to parents, I went to the staff room and I saw teachers crying. I asked what happened. They told me that parents called them right after school to say, thank you for saying this in my child. I didn't know that they could do this. They never felt so affirmed as teachers in their career. This was from a teacher from the Cerebral Palsy Alliance, Singapore, a school that supports students with special education needs. And I'll end here. Thank you so much for listening. If you want, the little QR code here brings you to our website. If you press book a call, it's my personal calendar. So just for this room. All right, thank you so much.